Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, earlier today I was watching a YouTube video. Don't we all watch YouTube videos? Oh, come back over here, you. There. Is that about right? Or should I do that? I was watching a YouTube video, and it's a guy who goes by Tinker Talks Guns. And Tinker is an older gunsmith guy, and I really like him. I mean, he really describes how he puts together a stock and some barrels, and how he turns down the action to fit the new barrel, and things like that. He likes to take old junk shotguns and make really cool rifles out of them. And he does a pretty good job. Well, today he was showing another vice of his, which was he collects mouse guns. Well, like him, I don't carry one. I wouldn't be crazy enough to actually carry one. But I sort of collect them too. And anyway, check this out. Ooh, let's see. There. That's about right, I think. Is that about right? I don't know. Let's see. Let me do this. Do that, and do that, and do that. There. I think that'll do her. Anyway, let me rearrange a little bit here. Let's try that. Yeah, it's a wide-angle lens. It'll get there. Anyway, this is my collection of mainly revolvers. Mainly, I say, because one of them is pre-revolver. It revolves, but it's not a revolver. What all of these are, and what most of them have in common, well, I'll go to the ones that don't have it in common first. Let me get my glasses. This one is a Smith & Wesson. I think it's called the new model, number 1, Series 2. And I still need to fix this spring. But still, this was the second model, or second model of the first series of Smith & Wessons using the Hopkins or the Roland White bore-through cylinder patent, and it's in this 22 short. Only this is in 22 short black powder. I would never shoot these in this because these are just too powerful. Most of these is that way. This series of them. Okay, well, wait a minute. I'm going to get to that in a minute. This one is a Colt, and I think this is after the 1872 patent Roland White ran out. This was Colt's very first entry into this market of the bored-through cylinder legally, and this is I think the first absolute model of these. I don't know, I picked this up a while back, and I think it's just absolutely awesome. This shows how early metallic cartridges came along. This is a Frank Wesson, not Dan Wesson of Smith & Wesson, but his brother. This is a 22 rimfire black powder only with a Damascus barrel. This was his very first design. It's patented in 1854. It says so right here. Okay, with that out of the way, the rest of these are all from one fellow. And that fellow's name was Ethan Allen. Not the Ethan Allen of the Revolutionary War. This is an Ethan Allen of, I think, Connecticut, who was, or the Connecticut Valley in Pennsylvania. And he developed with his son-in-law, or was it a brother-in-law, Thurber, the Allen and Thurber pepper box, the gun that won the East. And this is I'm going to dry fire it once. Oh, God, it has such a brutal bar hammer on it and trigger. This is a 31 caliber, black powder, cap and ball. That's the one I wanted to show as the beginning of this whole thing. Because after that, let's see if I can remember which is which. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Let me get this so I can see it. Yeah, this is a, let me get, oop. Nope, I was there to begin with. This is an Allen No, this is a Harrison and Wesson. Harrington and Wesson. Again, a little tiny 22 rimfire. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. And it has a unique system for unloading after your last round was shot, which is you pull this to the side and use it to then drive out the spent rounds. It's a fascinating pistol. Again, it's the Wesson of Frank Wesson and Harrington, later of Harrington and Richards, who happened to be Sam and Frank's sister's husband. All of these guys are sort of in the family, as it were. And this are 22 and 32 rimfire Defenders, which are actually Ivor Johnson's. And this is a forehand patent by the, oh gosh, what's the name of the company by this point? See, the thing is that Ethan Allen went into business with his brother-in-law, I think Thurber, and then when Thurber died, he hired on a couple of son-in-laws. One was named Wadsworth, and one was named Wheelock. And at first it was Allen and Wheelock, then it was Allen and Co. when Wheelock died, and then Wadsworth and Forehand, I think that was his name. We were other brothers, sons-in-laws of Ethan Allen. Ethan Allen had a lot of daughters and sisters. Anyway, it became the Wadsworth and Forehand Company, and Wadsworth and Forehand then bought out. Well, let's see. Did they put out? I forget who put this out. I can't read it. It's just so hard to read. Hold on just a second. I need some more powerful magnification. Just a second. It says Forehand patent 1901 by Hopkins and Allen. Yeah. Okay. Hopkins and Allen, which was back to the original Ethan Allen, had the patents on all of these things. So you'll find a lot more of these little mouse revolvers with the various names of Ethan Allen and his family. And to this day, I think there's at least one company still going strong with it. Well, this is all 19th century, from pre-metallic cartridge to the early metallic cartridge, including 32 rimfire. This one, by the way, is in 22 short, and a matter of fact, all of these are in 22 short, except this one is in 32 rimfire. Well, after that, let's move on to the 20th century. And this is the 20th century. This is my very meager collection of automatic mouse guns. This one in particular is one of my pride and joys. This is a Mauser WTP. Very beautiful little gun. It has a problem. It's missing the release for the magazine, but it can be operated as is. I have shot it once, just once, but it's a beautiful, well-designed little pistol, and that one is interesting in its own right. These ones, these ones are just weird. The Astra Cub, when the Gun Control Act of 1968 went in, these became banned over here. So what they did is Astra imported these in pieces, and Colt bought them and put them all together and then finished them here. And they then became the Colt Cub. But this is the original, the Astra Cub. This is from about 1962, 1963, or thereabouts. It comes with a tale, which is that the fellow who had it made was traveling through Algeria as a geologist, but took a break and went up through, what is it, the Rock of Gibraltar, and then ducked across into Spain, and went up to the gun makers and had them make this one. Then took it across the street and had an engraver completely engrave it beautifully. This was all nickel plated. And it's a beautiful thing, absolutely, and it just shoots like a dream. It came with, this is the box it came in, and it came with this instruction manual, which is really cool, I think. Anyway, the Astra Cub became, this is all in 22 rimfire. They made them in 25 as well. This one's in 25. It's my only gun in 25. This one is in 22 rimfire. And I've shot it, and it's a beautiful little pistol to shoot. And it's just gorgeous, I think, the way it is with its engraving. And this one, the last one, over here, you see that? This is called an EIG Model E16. And the EIG is a copy of an American design called the Mossberg Brownie. And what is it? It is a 4-barreled gun. You lift up and open it up, and it's 22 rimfire, I think a short, long, or long rifle, doesn't it say? Yeah, short, long, or long rifle. And you put in 4 rounds, and it has a revolving firing pin on this end, and then shoot it. The trigger on this thing is probably about 15 to almost 20 pounds. It just takes forever to do that, and it hurts like a demon to do it. Also, when you're done shooting, it does not have an ejector, or an extractor, I mean, but well, this is the extractor, you might say. I think it would work better with a pencil down the barrel, just to get rid of the shells, because if they stick, well, you've got a little bit of a problem, because that's all you've got for raising them out. This firing pin will shoot this round here, then go down to the next, and the next. It revolves around and does it all sequentially. It's a beautiful design. I mean, and it came in box. And the box, all it had in it was this. You come back here. This, which is the Persona di Prova Superata, 15. That's 1,500 lira. So this is this is an Italian make. That's a Spanish, right? And this is an Italian knockoff of an American make. And it's made for the Banco Nazionale di Prova delle Arme de Fiocchi Portali, Breschio Gardoni. And it's a Pistole A4 Cani Cal 22 long rifle. And it's got the serial number, and it's certified for individual use, basically. So the certificate for this is basically the tax document on this gun, the Italian tax document, and it's included in each one. I guess these were tagged to it. Came with this rag, I have no idea, and this thing, which again I have no idea about, but it's a interesting pistol, I think. Not something to shoot often. I have shot it, but it is just gorgeous and interesting to play with. This Astra came with 1 spare magazine, which is really kind of cool. Astra, of course, is out of business now. But those are the only real mouse guns I have. Look up Tinker Talks Guns. I just think he's a very interesting gun tuber. Does a lot of really cool stuff. And, you know, by the way, these are 22 shorts. Well, that was long rifle, but these two are 22 shorts. 22 short is getting hard to find. This one is probably about, 40 years old. This one's probably about 30 years old. I don't know of anybody who makes any now. I bought a brick of it at an estate sale a while back, and that'll keep me going for a while. But when I run out of 22 shorts, I'm going to be in trouble. I have very, very few 22 short black powder, but though I can make them. You basically take a regular 22 short, pull the bullet, dump out the powder, put in about 2 grains of 3F, then put a BB on top, and finger pressure to stick it down, and then you've got something you can shoot in these. But do not, if you ever get one of these early 19th century revolvers, do not use this stuff at all in them. You will blow them up. It's just, the metal they're made of is just not up to modern standards. Anyway, it just made me think of this because of Tinker. And I like his videos. I think they're just wonderful videos. He talks about mainly these 22 and 25 ACP pistols that came out in the early 20th century and up until the Gun Control Act of '68, which sort of ruined that party. By the way, these things, as he said, the '68 gun control was because they're the common gun of criminals, which is absolute baloney. These were the common guns of poor folks and ethnic minorities because they couldn't get anything else. They couldn't afford anything else. May not be of as high quality as these two, but I mean, they'd get like a Jennings or something like that, but or some of these Spanish or Italian or German small maker knockoff sort of guns. But that was just because they were using it for self-defense. Well, somebody, I think probably a Dixiecrat, said, no, we can't have blacks and Jews and Mexicans armed, so let's just ban all of these. That's just a bogus bunch of baloney, in my opinion. Anyway, if you like, by the way, my compliments to those who stayed with me a while. I've lost a few subscribers lately. I think it might be due to the YouTube subscription demon that keeps eating up all the subscriptions. So if you were subscribed, go check and make sure you're still subscribed. But you know, this is just another of my weird. I've sort of really gotten into these lately. I'm not really into 25, but I am into 22 and 22 short. They're just cool to play with. Anyway, happy trails.